Hey everyone, it's Alex and Gio from Raddtitan.
Yo!
Yo! Alright, we're here today and we are looking over the XM Studios Catwoman. So we've got her out, we're going to measure her, we're going to let you know what we think. So keep watching, guys.
Yo, welcome back to Team Raddtitan. As Alex was saying, today we're going to be looking over the XM Studios Catwoman. Did you say it was XM Studios? Didn't think you did.
I think I did.
Okay, so Alex picked this piece up, actually got this recently. It comes with a multitude of switch outs and you get the lovely glossy handbook, which actually is really decent. Looks great inside. Loads of lovely pictures explaining how you put it together. Shows all the switch out options and bits and pieces, how it comes in the box. Because also, recently, we haven't been seeing these either, have we? These? Don't see these anymore.
No.
They're in the booklet. So if the booklet stopped, then these will technically
One of
not
the
exist.
justifications that XM said that they've cancelled the booklets and they've gone to an online version. One of the justifications is that because so many people resell XM, you get the next buyer contacting XM and saying, "Can I get a spare book?"
Yeah, sure.
And they say because they get contacted so much, they've decided just to make it digital, so it's easier for people to get hold of.
I understand that, but I still think that's not their problem. Just don't respond.
Well, or you have it digital as well as.
Yeah, digital as well as, yeah. I mean, I quite like having these as well because I do like having the inserts when it's time, either to move the piece on or to put certain pieces away. You want to know where they're going in the book. It's really nice. I love the books. I don't want them to end, so.
I think the thing about the books is XM are going to be, going under the impression they are a premium brand. They are a premium brand. They've got the black boxes, the stylish, solid boxes. The packaging is there.
Second to none
so
stuff.
It's, it is a premium brand. And I just think that booklet adds to that sort of
you get this lovely print. And actually, I'm really digging this print. This print's lovely. It's sort of got like a neon sort of Tokyo sort of background, all faded out. Nice colours on it. Really, the print in the foreground of having her is really clear. Yeah. But yeah, I really love the print. So that's a really nice print. Okay, so getting on to the piece. The piece is a 900 edition size. It's from their DC Samurai line, and it's actually one of those pieces, like I think Deathstroke. It's like one of those pieces that it's really easy translatable to being Catwoman. Yeah. There are others which is like they can be quite difficult at times. Things like Bane and looks a little bit like.
Well, they totally scrapped the Joker as well.
Again, so the Batman is like there's heads and things that make it look a lot more like Batman. With this,
did you move the arms?
The arms are here, so it's turnable. Don't worry. So yeah, go on. That's it. So there is a lot more. You get 3 heads with this piece. You get 3 different switch out arms. You get a whip. You get the jewelry. The jewels, the helmet that goes on the top of the bike, that's removable as well. And you also get the cat, which, looks all right as well. It's pretty cool. It's a nice, it's going to get run over, but that's fine.
Well, I think out of the Samurai line, there were some complaints about the fact that you have the Bane, who looks like he's very kind of like a steampunk.
Yeah.
You have the Batman again, who looks he looks more like a kind of classic look.
Shogun, and it does more like Shogun.
And then this one's more kind of like futuristic. And some people were saying that with the line, this doesn't really fit in with the line. But I don't know if I agree really. I mean,
it's like something out of Kill Bill.
I think it's meant to be more like Akira or something maybe. But
no, but in Kill Bill where she's like in Japan, or she goes over to Japan.
I haven't seen.
You've not seen Kill Bill?
I haven't seen the second one.
She goes over to Japan, didn't she? And there's like a yakuza, sort of like a gang led by a woman, and they all look like pretty jazzed up like this. They look sexy, cool like this. It's beautiful. Yeah, it really is a beautiful piece.
It's heavy. It's really heavy.
I love that bike. I love that metallic paint on that bike. That purple's fucking awesome.
One of the things you do really need to be careful of is when you assemble this. Probably not advisable to do, probably with a lot of XM pieces actually, it's probably not advisable to put them together on your own. When you place the bike in, it's fine. The bike goes in fine. But then when you place her onto the bike, there are just so many kind of areas you're trying to focus on that you can't as one person. So
Oh, you mean there's blind spots you can't see putting it together? You're going to touch something.
If I'm putting it in, I'm trying to get her foot in the peg.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure that I don't break off the kickstand, but then I'm also trying to make sure her thigh doesn't rub on the bike.
Yeah,
and these are all issues that people have actually raised that they've done.
3 points that you can't all look at once.
Yeah, so
I get you completely.
You know, when the peg, you have to push in really, really hard to get that in there. I had to do that. So I was a bit like, I had to give it a lot of force, but then at the same time, I had to be really careful because as you're, going back and forward to try and get that peg in, you got to be really careful of this kickstand and then the thigh. Just be really, really careful because there have been.
Helps just to have someone. You don't need someone to manoeuvre, but basically you need a spotter. You need somebody really on the other side just to keep their eye on that because you're right. That right leg, the way that foot goes into that, it's just hovering off the top. Any misaligned angle or overforce is going to snap that right off.
Yeah, well, and it has happened for a few people. The base, so if we start down low, so the base is just like a street. So it's got the side of a road where you're not meant to park. Yeah. You have those kind of yellow lines.
No stopping lines.
And then you have the kind of cobbled street here. No, that's not cobbles, is it? The brick street.
It's sort of It's sort of, I guess.
Yeah, and then you have these kind of like posts where you have at the side of the roads to stop people parking on them.
Yeah,
and then you have this like probably the best thing about the base has got to be this drain cover.
Yeah.
It's like the rising sun there is really nice with the waves.
Yeah.
I do love that.
It is nice.
The actual cat, I actually had. I think that's the way it's meant to go.
You play it the other way.
I had it the other way.
Show the other way.
And I actually quite liked it the other way. And then, when I posted the pictures, people were like, "Why is the cat facing the wrong way?" And I was like, "Well, where's the peg hole gone?"
It's there, isn't it? There. What's that?
No, there. So I had it like that way.
All right,
so it looks more like it's just rubbed against her leg. And he's walking away, kind of.
Yeah, I kind of dig that as well. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I like that too. So, yeah, that's cool. Really good work on the eyes there. Eyes are quite bright. It's nice.
And then you move on.
Could do with a little bit more texturing on that cat. It's a little too smooth for me.
You move on to the actual bike.
Bike's
it's actually metal frame.
Bike is so wicked.
And it's solid. It's heavy. You got the chain on the back. It's really well done.
Wheels almost look rubber, don't they?
Yeah, they're well painted there. And then you got the great. This purple, I love this purple here.
I think I prefer this bike to the Punisher bike.
Oh, this bike.
The mechanics is really bang on for this. It's got like the brake plate and everything. Really nice. Nice wire hydraulics. Really good.
This is so much better than the Punisher bike. The Punisher bike almost looks like when you compare like a mountain bike to a BMX, because like Punisher's bike is like a BMX because on them you take all the brake cables off and you take off everything, so you just have the frame.
Sure.
And this is actually has.
You even got a spring going through there, the suspension spring, everything through the middle.
And one of the things as well that's great as well is the front of the bike.
Chain
when you put in the mirrors, it actually looks like a cat head. So that's really nice touch there.
Yeah, and the real chain. That is a real chain on there. On the bike. That's wicked. That is.
Yeah, and so is this as metal as well.
Nice. So, really something actually. This bike's wicked.
Very well done. Really well.
I wish I had like a cooler character that I actually liked to sit on the fucking bike.
And then you kind of work up, and as I say, you got the wing mirrors. They do come off quite easily, and they kind of go on there, so they just pull off like that.
Oh, sweet.
That's not actually mirrored.
Yeah,
it's a bit cloudy.
Just give them a fucking clean, like
bitch. Yeah. And then they're meant to be the cat's ears.
Nice. It's nice, man.
And then you kind of got this helmet, which was added a bit later on, really. We saw this a few times and this was added. Really nice. I really like the look of this helmet. It reminds me of an anime, but I can't... What's that? Like? No, it reminds me of...
What?
Samurai Pizza Cats.
I don't know what that is, man.
Do you remember Samurai Pizza Cats?
No, I don't know that shit. That's your own watching. Nice.
Around the same time as Battletoads, but...
Nice. I remember Battletoads. Battletoads, I know. This, it's got a really nice fabric sort of underlay there, so it doesn't scratch the piece. Nice sort of chain armour thing that goes on the back with real rope going through it. Really nice, man. Painted super clean. Love the eyes. Really nice. Much better than prototype. Looks better already.
Yeah.
Heavy as well. It's pretty weighty, that.
Yeah.
Does it go back on here?
Yeah.
Does it just sit on there? Do you want to do it? Just because I don't really know how to line. So you could just remove. Is it magnetised?
Yeah, it's magnetised where the petrol cap is.
Oh, that's very clever.
So like that.
Oh, I'm digging that. I love the lights as well on the front. There's like a gold lights. It does look like a cat from the front of the bike, which is really nice.
And you got all the brake
Cables, the hydraulics,
pads in it and stuff like that.
Really
well
good,
done.
really nice.
And then you move up to the figure, and the boots are done fantastic. You kind of got the leather then going up into
Good contrast there between the two.
Yeah, so then it's not just all one black.
Yeah.
Considering she is all in black,
Yeah.
there are the different textures and different.
But these look like leathery
materials.
sort of rubber trousers, and the boots look like a sort of a hardened boot. You know, they've got some good textures and stuff on them that breaks it up quite nicely. She looks like she's wearing almost a corset sort of situation up top, which is sexy.
It looks more like a kimono, kind of thing.
No, no. If you look at this part, that's a corset. And then she's wearing a kimono over the top of under the corset.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying? Like the bottom part around her waist is like a rubbered corset. It's going over her.
It's like a girdle.
Like a girdle. That's what a corset is, dude. That's exactly what it is. Girdles are for fat men and corsets are for hot women. So that's how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, really digging that. I will say this though. I think she's got under painted cleavage.
You mean an overpainted?
No, under painted. Under, not over. As in, they haven't shaded in between her boobs enough. It looks to me like they've painted the skin and they haven't. You would say over.
I would have thought it's too much paint.
Too much skin tone,
paint that fills in the gap.
Yeah, but I would have thought that once you painted the skin, you do the shading in the inside of it after. Surely.
Yeah, but if you look there, it looks a bit too. It does look a bit clumpy in that middle there.
I just think her boobs go up higher than that. Her chest goes up to sort of just under her stern, like under her collarbone. And there's no shading in there. I would definitely, if it was me, I'd have that touched up, like repainted, because the body is fucking.
You would touch it up.
I would touch it up. I would. I'd get my mushroom tip all over that. It really, really.
Sugar walls.
I really would. I really think that there's a lovely sculpt there. It's just been over. You can say over painted or under shaded, whichever way around you want to look at it.
And what do you want to say that sword's called?
It's called like I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong, but it's a form of katana. It's like a waziaki sword. It's a small version. They're actually pretty cool. You get 3 different sizes, and that looks like the middle one maybe to me, or maybe the smallest one.
Sounds like something I had on my sushi.
Looks good though, because it's glossed. It's got some nice paint on it. It stands out lovely on the body. I really like the switch outs as well that you get with this piece.
Well, first of all, we do the ones that are on there.
Yeah, this head's great.
So
this head's lovely. This is a beautiful head.
This is my pose of choice. So this is the one where her hair is pinned back, and they are actual pins.
Yeah, they look like
they've got the actual point still on them. So be careful with that. I did stab myself.
A couple of holes in your hands.
Yeah. And I prefer the one here with the holding the jewellery bag. I just quite like that look.
The jewellery bag's wicked as well.
I think the jewellery bag is meant to be for the lip bite pose.
I don't see why you could have it with any
yeah,
of them.
I like the one they suggest. This is my top pick for that. What they have then is they have the switch out arm, which is very similar. It's just basically the index finger is different, so that it holds the actual
you should do it
the whip.
Let me do it from the proper angle. So yeah, you can see. Pull that hand out for me without the jewels. Just pull the hand. Yeah, so you've got there. I don't know if you can see. Basically, Alex is right. Her index and middle finger is basically more pointed in so that it can hold on to something. But you probably could get the gems in there as well,
You could,
if you wanted to.
It looks better in this one.
So I take it that just like hooks under there like so into her hands. Then,
You might be able to get the handle in there.
That looks pretty cool anyway. Like that. Probably push that down now. There you go. Looks nice actually. That's nice as well.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That's pretty cool. I mean, what about if you just do?
I don't like it with the handle though, because I would if I had the handle in there, I'd probably unravel the whip and put it around the bike.
Put it around the cat's neck.
Definitely.
So that's the pose.
Oh, that was right back to your childhood there, man.
You have to be very careful because there is probably a bit of give on the arm, so that once you add there, then there's going to be a bit of leverage. So you have to be quite careful. What we then do is
not another hand. Not switching all hands.
This is my favourite of the 3 by far. I love this head. Careful with the pins. And
they have got a spikes. They look pretty sharp. Them Do you know what? Do you know
So
what? This is a beautiful head, and what I love is all of the eyes on all of these portraits are some of the best eyes XM have done. Really clear, beautiful emerald, olive like green, stunning eyes.
I love the way as well that they've hidden the seam of the neck with like the choker, the cat choker. I think that's very well done.
You fucked up my whip now. You've made it all look terrible. You've absolutely hammered it. So let me just get that fixed because that's really going to bother me.
Well, actually, with this,
and let me just look now for a minute before you go. It's nice. It's nice. I just would have liked a little bit more distinguishing points for the teeth.
Yeah.
She looks like she might have got a bit of like jizz in her mouth or something. Like, no, it actually looks like toothpaste. It actually looks like toothpaste. Which one? This one.
Yeah. So then this one's probably better for that one.
Yeah, it's nice. I just that it looks a little bit it looks very white in her mouth without any separation of her teeth. I would have just liked to have seen a little bit more. I mean, it's still great. It's still a great portrait. There's no doubt about it. But
the thing is about when
it looks like she's brushing her teeth a bit.
When I decide on like a pose, I have all these plans that I'm going to change it every 6 months or every 3 months, and I'm going to do this and do that. I never change them. When I decide on,
to be honest with you, it's not a bad idea because, in fairness, if there is one you like quite a lot, I see so many posts on our page about people damaging shit.
Yeah.
People just break stuff, but in changing them over all the time.
Yeah.
You probably want to do it if you're going to do it. You want to separate it a bit, maybe every 6 months, so you're alert. If you're doing it every month, I think you get a little bit careless.
Yeah.
This is the one I'm most interested in, actually. This is the one I think looks most like Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
This one. You were like, who the fuck's that? Fool.
No, I didn't hear what you said because I was in the other fucking room.
Of course you did. Yeah, that's lovely, man. That's really nice too. That's beautiful. That might be the whip one, you know. That one.
I can't remember which one they suggest for which, but again, I mean, for me, I prefer that hair up with the pins.
Hair up with the pins is definitely more fitting for the bike and the sort of Tokyo look. I actually think for a Catwoman, this is probably the better looking. You know, if you like the movie or you like the film sort of, or some of the way she's depicted in comics, this works because she's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
it's a really nice portrait. Let me change it on. Let me change it on.
Why?
I want to see what the whip one looks like on that head. I quite like the whip.
A lot of options again as well.
It's really it's subtle though. Subtle changes, but they make a hell of a lot of a difference on each portrait. It's funny. Yeah, it's like, will you whip me? Or would you like me to whip you?
Take it from me.
Take
my cat with 9,000.
Yeah, slash me.
Spank my booty.
Looks fantastic, man. It's actually a really nice piece.
Yeah. It is a really nice piece. Actually.
It is really nice, and for me, I think this is.
Well.
I think that definitely. I think this is. I think this is probably the most relatable DC one they've done. In terms of, I mean, the Poison Ivy has got a switch out head that really does the job as well. But I think this one is the one that you can make the most relatable to the character.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's great.
Yeah, I mean,
I like her hand position on the bike as well. I think that's really cool. Her hand position's really nice.
That's good because you can't change that one.
It looks like the weight, like in terms of pose and like the anatomy of it, they've really done a great job of balancing it out nicely because it looks very human. It looks very natural. I like that.
Yeah.
It's not, do you understand? It's a simplistic pose, but you could fuck this up and make it look very, very awkward.
Of course.
And it doesn't look awkward. It looks seamless. She looks relaxed.
Yeah.
Her body position is exactly right. I'm very impressed with this, actually.
Well, the thing with this is, I mean, XM they went away. They learnt from, the mistakes of the Punisher bike and they improved on it greatly. I have the Punisher and in all honesty, he's probably on quite thin ice.
Chopping block.
Yeah, he's on thin ice. I mean, I have a switch out head which I do really like, but the
custom one
detailing on the bike is really lacking compared to this. As George was saying, I mean, you've got the brake cables, you've got all the details going on a Punisher. It weren't there at all. Not there in the slightest.
Ghost Rider is though, isn't it? Ghost Rider's got quite a lot of detail in
I don't think he has all these kind of things as well, though.
I can't remember.
Because he's got the cake icing all over him that covers it all. But no, great piece. You've got the tape measure behind you, haven't you?
I have indeed.
I tried to get this into a Besta, and it didn't fit. So
Only because your brackets get in the way.
yeah, it was the brackets. No, but
You don't legislate for that, though. That's the problem. You
Well,
measured the space. This is what we always talk about. You measured the
I
space.
don't think it was just the bracket, though.
No, it was. When you did it, you said it's the fucking brackets because I got the messages. You kind of bastard bracket. I can't shut the door. I have to take the doors off. This is the problem. You measure the space, you measure the statue, and then you think, oh, that's fine.
Well, this is why Gary is in big trouble.
Well, Gary, I wouldn't trust him to measure the space and measure the statue.
When Gary starts to set up his things, he is in big trouble. Same as...
I wouldn't trust Gary to make me a cup of tea. They're not fucking put a whole lot of statues away.
Cab Rogers as well. He sent me a plan of what he was going to, where he was going to put things. And I said to him, yeah, you ain't got no chance. He had on his plan, he had a Besta, and he had 2 Prime 1 turtles in one cube.
Has he seen them?
And I was just like, yeah, he's got them. And I was just like, are you smoking?
Tell me one of them ain't Donatello.
Well, I don't even think Donatello would get in.
No, Donatello's massive.
Anyway, get the old tape measure out.
Right, what do you want height?
Give me the width first.
Oh, that's not width. Are you gonna? Well, would you say display?
If you pose it like that, don't you?
Well, I don't know. It's debatable. I would diagonal this anyway.
Well, you have to. All right, so it's the front to the back of the bike.
Okay, so are you there? Right. So yeah. I have 65 centimeters.
Yep, there you go then.
60.
And then the depth. Yeah, I'll take that. Let me take that off you.
All
Then the depth ain't too bad. It
that's
is
all right.
13.5 inches,
Yep.
which is 35 centimeters.
Yeah.
And then the height isn't going to be too bad either. Height-wise, to the top of the head is about 18.5 inches, so it's about Guyver base.
Yeah.
18.5 inches,
Yeah.
which is 47 centimeters.
Yeah,
So,
that's doable, man.
You get it a Struve angled.
I mean, I quite like it, like the diet. I mean, for me, I'd have it definitely like that. Sort of like, boom, you sexy bitch.
Yeah, I mean, you would need to. I mean,
Nice. Change that over.
yeah.
I want that one. Oh, you putting your one? I'll put the nice one on. I like your favourite.
Oh, that's what I was looking.
That's a strong magnet. That.
Yeah. What I actually do is I prefer the.
That works as well. Actually, with the whip, that works too. That's lovely. The whip. Maybe something's wrong with me. I like the whip a lot. Do you reckon there's something wrong?
Yeah, well, I quite like the option of again using the
multitude of switch outs all in one display.
the rusty coin purse and hanging that on there, and then I quite like then the option of having the whip over the handlebars. I quite like that.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
She ain't going nowhere though with that whip there.
Yeah. There you go. We measured it. Wait, have we done that? Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
All
It's
right.
nice. It looks really good. I'm impressed with it. I am really impressed with it. I can see why it's sold out.
I think there's actually.
I think it translates the best
I think,
so far. Deathstroke does too. Deathstroke's really.
There's going to be we're coming up to the awards anyway, so there's going to be the best female piece. So I think this has got a good chance of being in the
Top three.
definitely top 5.
We only do top 3. Yeah, we don't top
no,
5.
I mean,
Top 5. Top 5 of our award show would be 7 hours long.
Well, we've got to decide what we're getting in, but we'll work it out anyway. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Hit that bell. Buy them shirts. Be part of the RT family. Peace.
Peace out.